Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bachelor in Paradise's Kat Izzo and Dale Moss share where they stand with McLaughlin and Allyshia Gupt now. Catherine, Kat Izzo and Dale Moss have shared where they currently stand with McLaughlin and Allyshia Gupt following their Bachelor in Paradise drama and explosive post-show reunion. Scene and Allyshia fired criticism and accusations at Kat from the time of their Bachelor in Paradise self-elimination in May to the cast reunion that taped earlier this month. Allyshia, for example, claimed that Kat had a boyfriend back home during filming and was going to deny, lie, and cry her way out of it. Scene alleged that Kat was secretly messaging her now ex-boyfriend in her hotel room and had plans to reunite with him after Paradise. Scene also claimed Kat had only joined the Paradise cast to boost her career and stir up trouble. Allyshia also called Kat a mean girl at the reunion, alleging Kat had treated her poorly and was rude to cast members, production, and resort staff. Kat denied all the allegations, and Dale, for his part, repeatedly defended Kat and has stood by her side. During the Thursday, September 11 episode of the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, co-hosts Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt asked Kat and Dale how they feel about Scene and Allyshia now. "I don't have a problem with Scene. I think Scene was frustrated and made some, decisions that he probably wished he would have handled a little different. Obviously, he's not going to apologize. He did whatever and he stands by that," Dale explained. "But I think he also realized during the reunion that it was the heat of the moment and he was frustrated. He was just digging, right? There's bigger things that people go through in relationships than what was expressed on the show, and I think he understands that." Kat revealed that even before the Bachelor in Paradise reunion taped, Kat touched base with him. "I gave him an olive branch and reached out to see if he wanted to talk through anything. This was weeks ago. Just because in those environments, we're limited in the way we can communicate our perspective," Kat explained. "So we kind of squashed what we could, but I also realized that as things are airing, you might want to lean into that narrative too. So I didn't know how he was going to come into the reunion necessarily." Same with Allyshia. Kat said she and Allyshia had not spoken before the reunion, and no outreach was given from her end. "I think that I was able to almost give more perspective and see that there wasn't as much weight in what the accusations were because there wasn't any proof or follow-up," Kat said. "I was able to at least feel where they were coming from, and we're not, best friends, but I don't hold any animosity because that's just not who I am. I almost forgive too easily. But I will say this experience taught me how close to keep people." And Kat apparently won't be keeping Scene and Allyshia close in the future. "Some people might be out to hurt you in some capacity," Kat noted. "You just have to be a little more cautious of that, so that's pretty much where I would say it lies. It's just neutral. I'm never probably going to see them again, so I'd rather just not have any hatred." She added, "But as long as we were both able to speak our truth, that's all I really cared about." Dale went on to tell Joe and Serena that cast members tried to squash some of the large-scale combativeness at the end of the Bachelor in Paradise reunion. "I think if there were things that were open-ended, people just moved past them," Dale said. Kat added how people spoke their minds and found their peace after months of possible tension or resentment. "It's been a lot of built-up stuff. We are all adults, and while we'll move on in our own ways, it doesn't mean we'll be texting each other and be BFFs. But maybe you'll feel comfortable making a TikTok or something," Kat concluded. "I'm not going to put my energy towards negativity, and I'm not going to let people live in my brain, essentially. It's over and done." On Bachelor in Paradise's Season 10 finale, previously eliminated cast members returned to vote for whom they thought deserved to win money, and Scene, feeling betrayed, threw Kat under the bus in front of the entire cast. "I was able to make some phone calls and get the real story. Kat, you denied that we were even friends. And fortunately, I'm mutual friends with your ex, so I gave him a call. He told me some things that were really enlightening, Scene announced. He continued, when we came to Bachelor in Paradise, Kat's plan was never to find love. She actually stashed a laptop and started texting him love letters. You said that this was going to be something for your career, and you're here to stir up drama, and I have the receipts. After the finale aired last week on ABC, Kat, who denied Scene's boyfriend allegation, told Nick Viall on his The Viall Files podcast that she didn't think Scene ever had any receipts. During the subsequent Bachelor in Paradise cast reunion, Kat challenged Scene to show his alleged receipts. I bet my ex didn't give them to you this morning, because there's nothing to give, Kat said during part 2 of the reunion on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast. Scene explained how the truth was probably somewhere in the middle between his and Kat's different stories. Do I have the receipts? The guy, I won't mention his name, he doesn't want to be involved in any of this, which obviously I get. So I wasn't really hounding him at all, or all that much, Scene said. He added, was she texting her ex when we got to the resort? No. Do I think you were texting him when we were at the staging hotel in Costa Rica? Yes. Kat and Scene had become friends when they both appeared on Bachelor in Paradise's 9th season in 2023, and due to their ties to Tampa FL, they also had mutual friends. But Kat has insisted she wasn't close friends with Scene prior to Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. Bachelor in Paradise's Kat Izzo and Dale Moss share where they stand with Scene McLaughlin and Allyshia Gupt now. Bachelor Nation has never been one for straight lines when it comes to romance. Hearts crisscross, alliances shift under the Mexico sun, and one week's soulmate can be next week's distant memory. This season, all eyes landed on an unlikely pairing that started as whispers and grew into fireworks. Kat Izzo, the fiery yet vulnerable nurse who became known for her bold declarations, and Dale Moss, the one-time winner of The Bachelorette, who famously ended up with Claire Crawley after just a few episodes. When Kat and Dale surprised everyone with their chemistry on Bachelor in Paradise, fans wondered, what does this mean for the people they left behind? Scene McLaughlin and Allyshia Gupt. Kat and Dale finally broke their silence in a joint sit-down where they peeled back the layers of love, loyalty, and reality TV perception. What emerged was less about betrayal and more about timing, self-discovery, and owning messy choices. Kat on Scene. We were never on the same page. Kat Izzo has always been a lightning rod in Paradise. Passionate, unpredictable, and unafraid to say what she feels, she often polarizes viewers. Her connection with Scene McLaughlin, the boy-next-door financial analyst, seemed promising at first. Their beach walks were sweet, their kisses earnest, but even Scene admitted he often felt like Kat's energy was a storm he couldn't control. Scene is honestly one of the kindest people I've met in this whole experience, Kat told producers. But kindness doesn't always translate to compatibility. He wanted something steady and calm, and I'm not exactly steady and calm. I need sparks. I need someone who challenges me. That someone turned out to be Dale. When pressed about where things stand with Scene today, Kat smiled softly. We're good. We've checked in since leaving Paradise. There are no grudges. Scene deserves someone who makes him feel like he's on solid ground, and I deserve someone who sees my chaos as magic, not something to fix. We'll always have respect for each other. Scene, for his part, has reportedly moved on and is dating someone outside the franchise. Kat even said she was happy for him. It means everything to me that he found someone who vibes with his energy. It just wasn't me, and that's okay. Dale on Allyshia. She was more than a beach romance. While Kat had Scene, Dale's arc revolved around newcomer Allyshia Gupt, a striking publicist with a sharp wit who quickly captured attention. For a while, Dale and Allyshia appeared picture-perfect, their late-night talks, and hand-holding reminiscent of his whirlwind connection with Claire. But fans noticed cracks, his hesitation, her frustration, the sense that Dale was keeping something back. "I'll always say this, Allyshia is incredible," Dale said in the interview. "She was more than a beach romance for me. We connected on a deeper level, and I have nothing but admiration for her. But sometimes, the timing just doesn't align. I wasn't fully ready, and she deserved someone who was." When Dale pivoted toward Kat, the move left many stunned. Social media exploded with accusations that Dale was repeating old patterns, jumping quickly, following sparks over substance. Allyshia herself unfollowed both him and Kat in the immediate aftermath, fueling speculation of bad blood. Now, months later, Dale insists they found closure. "Allyshia and I have had conversations since the show. It wasn't easy, but I needed to acknowledge her feelings and make sure she knew it wasn't about her not being enough. It was about me realizing where my heart was pulling me. We're not close friends, but there's mutual respect. I genuinely wish her happiness." Kat and Dale together. Messy beginnings, real connection. When Kat and Dale first paired up in Paradise, the shockwaves were instant. Both carried reputations. Kat for stirring the pot, Dale for leaving women feeling burned. Many questioned whether their union was genuine or simply a strategic TV moment, but Kat bristles at the suggestion. "People love to say I chase clout or I'm not serious," she said. "But what I felt with Dale was different. He sees me, the good, the dramatic, the vulnerable, and doesn't ask me to shrink. That's rare." Dale added, "With Kat, there's fire, but there's also depth. She pushes me out of my comfort zone, and I need that. Yes, our start was messy, but real relationships often are. We didn't come here to script perfection. We came here to see what was real." Where they stand with Scene and Allyshia now. So how do the former partners fit into the picture today? Kat and Dale were candid. Kat and Scene. They text occasionally, mainly supportive check-ins. There's no animosity, no unresolved drama. Scene has moved forward, and Kat insists she's happy about it. Dale and Allyshia. They don't stay in contact regularly, but Dale made it clear he reached out privately to apologize for the abrupt shift. Allyshia, now focused on her career and reportedly talking to someone new, accepted his words but hasn't rekindled any friendship. "We're not trying to rewrite history or pretend everything was smooth," Kat admitted. "Feelings were hurt, but what matters is how you handle things after. We both wanted to make sure Scene and Allyshia weren't left in the dark. They deserved honesty." Fans react, divided as ever. Of course, Bachelor Nation isn't quick to forgive or forget. Online chatter remains split. Some applaud Kat and Dale for choosing passion, while others accuse them of selfishness. Memes about Hurricane Kat and Dale the Heartbreaker continue to circulate. Still, a surprising number of fans have warmed up to the couple, especially after seeing them support each other outside the show at charity events and red carpets. "People will always have opinions," Dale shrugged. "What matters is what happens when the cameras are gone. Kat and I are building something real, day by day." Kat added with a grin, "And if you don't like it, that's okay. More sparkle and sauce for us." Looking ahead, Kat and Dale didn't shy away from hinting at what's next. They're not rushing into engagements or wedding bells, at least not yet, but they're committed to giving their relationship space to grow outside the Paradise bubble. "We're dating in the real world, and that's the test," Dale said. "No rose ceremonies, no beach drama, just us figuring out if love works in everyday life." Kat concluded, "And so far, it's messy, it's exciting, it's us, and that's all we need." In the unpredictable world of Bachelor in Paradise, happy endings often look unconventional. For Kat Izzo and Dale Moss, the road has been anything but smooth. But where they stand with Scene McLaughlin and Allyshia Gupt now, at peace, with respect, and no lingering feuds, says more than any dramatic rose ceremony could. Because sometimes closure isn't about everyone getting the fairy tale. It's about letting people walk away whole, even if their paths diverge. And as for Kat and Dale, their chapter is only just beginning.